Just need to keep on rotating in the fresh units from basically anywhere that I can. Hey, Princey. What have I done? It's nothing I've done, it's what Germany has done. Germany's been a very naughty boy. We're holding them, we're holding them. They've only actually taken one province from us so far. Although things here are getting a little bit desperate. Oh dear. They pushed that back in a hurry. Counter-attack that. Stop! Actually, if you can take this, then do it. No, they're fortifying it. Stop! I'm gonna leave Hasselt as well, it's too isolated. Don't attack it! Dude, stop. There's only little bits of Belgium that are being lost. The Netherlands, as a whole, is staying relatively decent. A little bit concerned about Brussels, I must admit. Let's have you moving in. Move you over there. Right, how's the air battle? 128 for 110. I think we're narrowing that margin. How's Germany doing for aircraft? I mean, that's the real question. 4,500 maybe to my 3,200. I think we are slowly winning the air battle, though it is bloody close. You guys are actually almost there. That's good. They have some pretty colossal armies on our borderlines here. Oh, I am well aware that I'm missing equipment. This is not news to me. My industry is overstretched, to put it politely. Actually, that's another point. My airbase is over. No, they're not over capacity, they're fine. Although I do feel like we should probably try to build an airbase a little further back, but of course, I can't! Because my civilian factories are also completely overstretched. Let's get another one from Pacific States, and another one from Qing. That's going to be a big help towards this steel. So steel supplies are recovering quite nicely. And we are getting some more subs, which we're going to add to the submarine unit. And you need to have the submarine icon. Okay. So the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to switch one of my submarine producing templates back to them. I'm just going to do that right now. And we're going to switch you to producing Amsterdam ships, destroyers. Like so. Oh, right. Because those are not advanced destroyers, they don't cost as much chromium. Which means that I can instead buy some more steel. Boom. Come on, where are my reinforcements? There they are! Just in time! Oh my gosh, that medium tank unit is wrecking us! 24 days until I can start building my own AT. Do I have tanks? No. I don't have anything close to the technology for it. The problem the Dutch have is they start with very few tech slots and they unlock them really late. Why are the yellows so spread out? Don't do this, that's really silly.
Gereed, commandant. Geef acht.
Oh boy.
Gaan, gaan.
That's an enormous fleet that my submarines are bravely taking on right now. I actually sank some stuff. So you've got to be getting experience like super fast. Yeah, you are. And you want Silent Hunter. You're in a shallow sea, which is not the best place to be in the best of times.
Aantreden. Luisteren.
Meanwhile, German casualties up to 737,000. I've lost 133. Fuel's getting rather low again. I have another factory. Buy that fuel right now. And pink is got really good coordination. It's confusing how these are backwards. Like, why are these stats backwards compared to these? I don't get it. Try pushing. No! That's terrible advice! Do you have any idea how badly outnumbered I am? They have got 260 divisions against my 102. Bearing in mind that 30 of them are militia sitting in the UK, just to stop naval invasions.
Geef acht.
How are the Marines doing? They're getting there. Slowly but surely. Helfrich doesn't seem to be having as much luck over here anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce where you're active. Just a touch. Then I think one of those fleets is going to be granted to you. Lack of chromium is fine. Look at the level of damage they've done to us. That's got to be some serious artillery. How big's the Dutch focus tree? It's enormous. So this is all the political stuff. So we went down the market liberal route. Aftermath of Black Monday. This is all the recovery from Black Monday. Foreign policy. And then the Dutch army. It's a bit smaller. The Dutch navy is pretty good. And then probably the best of it is actually the Dutch Air Force. That Dutch Air Force is really good. Much better than I expected it would be. How are we doing in terms of shooting down? 124 enemy fighters lost, 120 of ours lost. We've finally outnumbered them. So air superiority is still at 41%.
uit te rukken. Hou je afstand. Afstanden houden.
There's some heavy tanks rolling through, which basically ignore forts.
Luisteren. Voorwaarts.
Need to rotate some more troops, keep them refreshed. Retreat to Doggerland. The problem is, I don't know what happens if I lose the territory here, because Britain is not core, it's colony. I guess I would capitulate, but I wouldn't be out. Oh, Colombia's almost out, that's good. Once Colombia's gone, I think we're going to see a huge influx of troops into Europe. Though a little bit late, seeing as Republic of France has already fallen. And they're also going to be wasting time trying to go after Brazil. Although, actually, ooh. If and when we take out Colombia, Venezuela, and Ecuador, all of this is going to become friendly territory, and that's going to open up a huge front against Brazil. Which would be quite nice. Yeah, I know where Doggerland is. Alright, you definitely need some reinforcements coming in to Brussels. That can be arranged. How are we doing for motorized, mechanized even? We have 19 mechanized. And we're at 8,500 guns short now.
Attentie.
We've almost arrived. There's level 2 decimetric radar. Not the most important thing right now. Better guns, much more important. Okay, although that being said, I do want to line up. I lost my radar station and my airbase. Well, I'm not going to waste time building anymore. Not right now. Oh no, I haven't. Still there. Yeah, it's here. Isn't it? Why can't I build my airbase? My radar station. Belongs to the German Empire. They did take it. The icon's just in the wrong place because it was in Maastricht. Silly. So the radar station is in Maastricht, but the airbase is in the next door province in Limburg. Interesting. How are we doing for aircraft losses? Close air support we have lots of, so I think we can probably up the amount of CAS that we have available. Let's get another 200 wing in. Oops. That's what I meant to do. I have to say it's really the yellows that are struggling here. I mean, yeah, you can see the amount of damage my close air support is doing compared to theirs. 500 organization, 300 strength. Dutch close air support is like the thing keeping me in this war. Oops.
Bevelen. Richten. Voorwaarts.
This is just them attacking with 22 divisions, including several medium tanks.
Bereid.
How are you doing for promotions? Level 7. And Porton is ready. I think you need to become an ambusher. Yeah, ambusher. Because this is going to be my offensive guy.
Gereed, commandant. Ja, commandant.
Once the Marines arrive, we can start doing some damage in Indonesia, which would be nice.
Aantreden.
Seven more months until those ships are done.
Hou je afstand! Hou je afstand! Attentie! Onder vuur!
Keep on rotating them. Oh dear.
Ja, commandant.
I'm just going to throw both of you in that province, I think. It's nice to see more Indian troops arriving. I'd kind of appreciate a bit more support from my allies, though, I must say. Submarines are doing some nice work. I don't think I've lost any yet. PSA is still doing their bit there. Bogota has finally fallen. Now, is that going to be enough? No. Damn it. Need to take Kali out as well. Maybe even Carib. That would suck. What are the German casualties? Germany has now lost 819,000. I've lost 155,000. Of those 800,000, 667 have been inflicted by me. So it's roughly a 5-to-1 kill rate. Suriname, Brazil. Of course, losing Suriname would mean that I've lost my aluminium production. Some of it. What are my allies? The Entente. So if we go to... It's the Reichspakt versus the Entente. So, most of Europe, most of Africa versus Northern Europe, Southern Europe, and Canada, and Australasia and India. I mean, what I could do is have the Mongol Khanate going on against Russia. And Japan still wants to join this war on one side or the other, though I think Japan would still be staying a little bit on the sidelines, because I did say that, depending on who lost... if I lost the Netherlands, then they would go after Indonesia. If Germany lost... I did say if Germany lost Southeast Asia... Well, no, that was Indochina, not Southeast Asia. If Germany loses Southeast Asia, then I think Japan would declare war on Qing. Although Qing's not actually with Germany. So what do we think? What would be the Mongolian trigger to go to war? And would they go against Qing or would they go against Russia? Because we could have a Mongolian-Japanese agreement to go after the Qing. Oh dear, Groningen's not looking too hot again.
Geef acht!
We're almost 10,000 guns short now.
Opdrachten!
As much as I'd love to start this naval invasion, I'm really not convinced that I should. Just because that's going to mean more casualties. I didn't think they would. Worth a try, though. Australasia? Is already sending me loads. It's mostly Canada that's not pulling their weight. That's better. Ah. Okay, that's fine. I can fix that problem. No, I want to keep those 3 going. But I do need to have a lot of convoys coming in for a bit. Which is actually going to save me some resources.
Bevelen. Attentie. Gereed om uit te rukken. Gereed om uit te rukken. Opdrachten. Uitrukken. Bevelen. Luisteren. Attentie.
Okay, you two have been solidified. Brussels has a whole bunch of units coming in to reinforce, so hopefully they'll be okay. Brussels has been holding out like an absolute boss. How many am I going to need to build? We're going to need to build like 300 convoys. Disappointing absence of the Allies. I mean, it's the Entente. It's not that surprising. Disappointing lack of their fleet, though. That is disappointing. And a bit surprising, because the Entente's usually pretty proactive with their navy. Unless they're stuck in a battle again. Now look as I... No, they still got 200 ships. Unless they're off the coast of Brazil or something. Actually, I'm curious. Where is Canada's navy right now? Just going to save here real quick, and then we're just going to alt-tab. Not alt-tab, tag, can. Off the coast of Brazil, because of course it is. Their strike fleets haven't even left. Their submarines are in Vancouver. Yeah, they're so worried about this because it's closer to home, so Canada's focusing entirely on taking these guys out. So that's what's going on there. Why are you not active? Oh, you're repairing. All of you, please do automatically split off. Absolutely. Aha! And you can also level up. I would like for you to have faster torpedo cooldown, please. And in fact, I'm going to switch these admirals around. Dulm's going to take charge of that, and then Helfric's going to take charge of this. It'll take him 15 days to do the switch, but then I've got Helfric in the dangerous waters, where hopefully he can do some real good. Especially because then I'll feel confident enough to put them into the Eastern North Sea. So I'm fairly sure that most of Germany's trade's coming through here.
Gereed, commandant. We stoten ze terug. Doorgaan. We stoten ze terug.
A victory. An actual victory. Brussels seems to have enough troops defending it for the time being. Push these ones back, and I think that'll be good. And Wallonia seems to be running low on strength. They are out of manpower. Okay, so that's one enemy down. I have no civilian factories. Actually, I wonder if mine counts as 0. No, we still have 23. All of which are being used to buy things. Are the PSA winning by the usual crazy manpower god? PSA doesn't get enough divisions to allow people outward them to raise conscription laws so they run out of manpower and die. No, PSA legitimately took down the CSA when they allied with the AUS. And then they took all of the CSA's production centers, so now they're just simply outproducing everyone. AUS is on all-adult serve, no manpower. CSA is on all-adult serve. Sorry, scraping the barrel, no manpower. All-adult serve, 140,000 versus all-adult serve with 4 million. Alright, air battle. We have superiority. That's more like it. What changed? Don't know. And there we go. We are now holding out in every position.
Doorgaan! Lekker erop los! Terugtrekken!
That fuel issue dropped a bit there. Stop trading with Sardinia. Reduce the Pacific states by 2. And then we'll buy in more fuel. Make sure we stay ahead of the curve. Building up a little bit of a surplus would make me feel quite good.
Gaan!
I think we've weathered that storm.
We stoten ze terug!
Whether we'll weather it again, I don't know. Oh, has Helfrich actually appeared now? No, still on the way. 10 more days. Brussels is under serious threat again.
Bereid!
But we should be able to reinforce that without too many problems. Let's bring you in as well. Good reinforcement.
We gaan ze terugstoten!
And now I can build my own AT.
Commandant!
At bleeding last. Let's upgrade it too. Alright. Need to work out how to do this properly. Probably something like this. Yeah, that's a lot of units taking a lot of damage. How's Ukraine doing for manpower? Because they probably lost a fair amount fighting against Russia earlier. No, they're fine. Not as well off as Germany is. Germany's actually changed to service by requirements. Their industry is going to have taken a hit from that. That's the same as what I'm on, isn't it? Yep. Unfortunately, Germany's industry is about double the size of mine. Support equipment deficits overcome. We still have a gun deficit, but we're working on that. And my escorts are trying to kill the German subs, which have just appeared. Maybe they heard Helfrich was in the area and they thought, you know what, we want to try and impress this guy. Because he's a legend amongst submariners. Maybe. The number of sinkages over here has definitely gone down since Helfrich departed. Although we've also pulled out a lot of the submarines from this region. There is that. Looks like this fight's relatively even. That's an enormous French invasion. If they can supply it. Yeah, the submarines are actually catching quite a few enemy ships out here. What'll be August? August's 42. January 43 is when those are going to be done. Actually, you know what? Let's go and put you top of the list right now because I want to make sure that we get as many convoys built as we can. Because I hate not having any in reserve. It's a horrible feeling. Am I getting any ships in reserve? No. You know what else I forgot to do? Check for repairs. I mean, most of these guys are okay, but I think I'm just going to send them all off anyway. You've got to be in a battle. Yeah, you are. Oh dear. Brussels, 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 Brussels.
Opdrachten!
Thankfully, you do have a couple of units which are going to hold. I think I'm also going to send in another piercing unit. And Groningen could also use a couple more reinforcements. Let's do that.
Gaan, gaan, gaan! We stoten ze terug!
And we're sending these two away to go and replenish. Right, technology. That was AA. I'm going to take a gamble that my AA is going to be good enough. August 42. We need more research. Right, Belgium's holding out again. Groningen's holding out again. Slowly but surely rotate troops away, I think. As long as they're only attacking in 1 or 2 positions, it's okay, because I can just keep on rotating from other places. It's when they were doing the massive attack against my entire line, that's when the problems were caused. Can we please withdraw from this fight? We're just going to lose ships here. Ouch. That was painful. 7 destroyers and 20 convoys. We're going to need to do some really hefty convoy replenishment after this. Not convoy. Well, yes, convoy, but we are doing the convoys at the moment. Destroyer replenishment. Ooh, and another big hit here. In which case, I'm going to say don't bother guarding that. Just guard the English Channel. Unfortunately, all of my resources have to come through here, which does make things a little more difficult. I know that this is only temporary while all my dockyards are being used for repairs, but that's fine. Make sure that my battleships continue being built. Air battle. Still struggling a little. Our fighters lost 111, their fighters lost 133, we've lost 75 support, they've lost 222. How are they doing for aircraft overall? Still about 4.5 thousand, I think. So that's pretty stationary. Tungsten? Alright. Oh yeah, of course, for the AT guns. Just surprised, I was like, I actually need tungsten? Really? How did I invade the UK? By going from Ireland into Scotland. And the UK is... the industry from the UK is what's keeping me alive. Dutch manpower and British industry. Well, Indonesian manpower. Freaking finally! I think this is going to be primarily Canadian and West Indies. I think I'm going to give Venezuela to the West Indies, and then the rest to Canada. I'm going to give that to the West Indies. And then the rest to Canada, and then they can split that up as they want. Because I know Canada would want some of that oil. Maybe Ecuador to France? I don't know how active France was over here. There we go. So now the Entente can focus on Brazil. Then once Brazil is dead, they can focus on Germany. Who have now lost 1 million. Iceland's been taken by who? Oh, Canada. I guess. Oh, Brussels is under threat again. Guys, come on. Alright, anyway, I'm going to call this stream here because I'm getting very hungry and I want to go and eat something. So thank you everyone for watching. I do hope you're enjoying this. If you are, be sure to hit that follow button so you get notifications when I'm live again in the future. Speaking of which, I will be back in an hour. So 10 o'clock PM this evening, continuing this series because it's definitely got a lot more interesting now that the real showdown against the German Empire has begun. The Second World War already having ended. This is the Third World War. If you are enjoying this and you want to support the channel further, you can always check out the Patreon, which you can find at patreon.com/MordredViking, or you can go to, or you can become a subscriber here on Twitch. Either of those is awesome. I do have a YouTube channel, which you can find at youtube.com/MordredViking, where you will find much more Hearts of Iron content, as well as European Universalis, Crusader Kings, Total War Warhammer, Total War 3 Kingdoms, RimWorld, Mount and Blade, loads of stuff, Ultimate General. And then finally I have a Discord, which is where I hang out, it's where the community hangs out, and you should come and hang out with us as well. It would be great to see you there. Thank you everyone for watching. I will see you in an hour for a continuation of this madness. See you then. Goodbye.